Okay. Let's focus. We're in the middle. The party has just arrived in a confrontation with two giant ice bears and a white-robed wizard. Tex is poorly tonight, so we've said that he is back at the keep with Annalise, searching documents, etc. When the party arrived, the bears were very intimidating, and Merrick is down the passageway somewhere. Are you not?
Yeah.
Keeping your distance. I must say, Merrick, everybody else used all the some people used the heroic points, didn't they? And you just had to use your luck point, which was a bit harsh on you. But you will be pleased to know you got 4 heroic points now, so they are back up because it's the it's a new month. But before we decide whether or not the party are going to attack or talk, I'll let them introduce who they are and who they are playing tonight. And we'll start off with you, Mr. Pickles.
Oh, I'm Mr. Pickles. I play the Theus of the group, Bartleby Fumus. He serves the moon goddess. He has a staff. He's not much of a fighter, but he is a helper. He heals and sometimes stuns. And that's Bartleby, our divine caster. And I'll throw it over to Fishy.
Hello there. I'm Fishy, and I am playing Merrick, who is. We're all new to this area, but Merrick is new entirely to the continent, having sailed over to get away from some local problems in his home city, and found himself mixed up with this lot, and is now facing very large and scary polar bears that he would far rather talk to their controller than pick a fight. I think that's about all we need to know about Merrick for now, so I shall pass over to Medivac.
Sorry. Hello, everybody.
Should have looked.
That's not something I want to say on live, really, is it? Right.
I didn't hear it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Medivac, and I play Hashikhan. He's a nomad. He's a fighter. He uses a short spear and a scimitar. He's very good with them. He's learnt to be very good at them over a long time.
Your intros today, party, are absolutely fantastic.
Just be grateful we're here.
Are you passing it on, Medivac?
No.
Pass it on to Simon.
Right. Yeah, with that, Captain Kangaroo, please.
Oh, okay. Well, unlike this white ice queen sorcerer, I actually sorcerer some nice flair with some nice robes. He's the actual magic user. He's here to kick ass and then burn some bear meat and hopefully do it very well, so that way he won't get worms.
Just don't know what.
Yeah, keep it. I'm just continuing on this emphasis of weird ass introductions. So, but the finish it off and make it nice and fun for everyone else, I'm going to give the microphone to our good GM, Wills.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've got everything crossed for tonight now. I really have. So the party are essentially trying to find a way home. They've been in this cold mountainous region for some time, and they seem to be thwarted at every step by groups of darklings and pain dealers and soul stealers. You name it, they've encountered it. Anyway, at the last keep, when there was a broken portal, they found reference to a sorcerer who could actually do the portal spell called Moldove, and he had run away from the Guardians, the group of historic knights that protect this area, and the party decided to venture forth to see if they could see Moldov, talk to him, and encourage him to come back to the keep to open the portal. Moldov is currently higher up. Remember that party, and he has 2 absolutely huge ice bears. When we say huge, they're sort of like roughly the size of
very large.
huge
Very huge.
rhinoceroses. They were very intimidating, and as they appeared, the party saw them through a blizzard of snow and saw them appeared. And poor Merrick, new to this land and not familiar with its fauna, decided that he had had enough and headed backed away slowly. And we're going to put you, Merrick, just in this little alcove here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you're out of the way. You can't see them. You can peer around if you wish, but to engage again, you would need to make a successful willpower check.
It's just peeking round from the side.
Through the snow and the blizzard
Yeah.
and everything. And this scene has evolved through this blizzard and harsh wind, etc. And remember, you've all got your warm weather gear on, which makes your physical skills all to a difficulty of hard, or 1 extra level of difficulty. And as you're going along, Hazra leading the way as always. The snow parts for a while, and you see high up these 2 huge ice bears, and the ice bears sort of like let out this almost like roar, and they bare their teeth, and behind them, completely dressed in white, almost like June fashion in the desert. He's got, but a bit like the Moon Knight, if you see the Moon Knight. So he's got white cloth over his face, and it's got a cowl and a hood, and he just seems to have one of his hands is resting on the rump of one of the ice bears, and from the distance and through the howling wind, as you come to a halt, he sort of like bellows out of you and says, "Come no further."
I'm going to turn around to my comrades and say, "Get to the chopper." I will shout forward. "Are you Moldov?"
The snow parts once more, and he shouts back, "I am he. Be warned. This is no place for foolish explorers."
"But we're not explorers. We've just come from the tower. We come seeking your help."
Or at least information.
"Yes. The portal has been destroyed.
And
Mr.
now
Bartleby's constipation.
and now they come to me for help.
They're all dead, my friend."
Yeah, I want to preface this. We are not knights. As you can probably tell, we're actually good at killing things. We're not here to murder your beautiful white, are they bears? I don't know. They're really large.
They are ice bears, foolish mortal.
Cyrus, maybe leave this one to Hazard. He's doing a good job.
Write down that to Bartleby. Write that down. Ice bears. Look, we're not here to fight. We're just here for information and possibly a way out of this freaking hellhole or ice hole.
Okay. I would like you, please, to roll your influence.
The Elixies. Let's give me a sec, guys. I'll put some emphasis. So here.
Would you like me to assist with that?
I guess we are kind of assisting each other. It's up to Mills.
Not if Hazra had it sounded to me as if the conversation was passed over to you, Hazra. You're doing a good job at the moment. Come on, prove yourself to the party.
Me?
You know what? Use my first
Point of luck. Yeah.
I'm going to reverse that.
So remember, your luck has refreshed, but your magic pools have not. Yeah, you use the first point of luck and reverse it to give a 16. They deserve their death. I am all powerful.
That as it may be.
This is going well.
I don't, and honestly, I don't disagree. From what we've been told by the one knight that survived, you know, they kind of mistreated you. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, we're trying to figure out information. And, you know, you seem like the only person that knows what might have happened here over in the tower.
I am the most powerful. Go for it.
And there seems to be more important things than your bruised ego.
My bruised ego, you say?
Have you heard of the name Discordia?
Roll your influence, Mr. Hazra.
Don't think insulting a guy that calls himself the most powerful is our best friend.
May not have been the right move.
No.
I feel a point of luck.
Yeah, can we reverse that, please?
I was just considering now that it's definitely talking, not being eaten by bears, making that willpower check and coming out of hiding. But maybe I won't. I'll give it another minute.
Maybe I misspoke a moment ago, but
nice recovery. Nice recovery.
Colleagues were attacked by Discordia.
I know nothing of this Discordia. Do you want my help? Are the Guardians ready to bend on their knees to ask for my forgiveness?
I do believe they're already on their knees waiting for you. But unfortunately, they won't be able to say anything because they're all dead.
A death they deserved. And you want my help?
Yes, that's why we're here in this freezing turd mountain.
I'm going to just whisper to Cyrus, maybe this guy's, maybe he's a little bit more mental than what we thought. Maybe the cold has driven him mad, or his power has.
He's a sorcerer, does a whole bunch of different random spells.
He talks like you do when you've had a drink.
He just sounds angry and like he's all powerful and like he has two really cool looking bears.
He has two cool bears.
After the bears thing, I think Hazra's got it, hit the nail on the head there. Yeah.
You may speak with me. I will give you an audience, but please be prepared to say what you bring in exchange for my help. You can't say Tarek. He's somewhere else.
Are you sure?
He says,
well, if he is suffering from snow madness, I could.
He's a great cuddler.
Him, so that's on the table.
He says, follow the path ahead of you. I will meet you at my cave entrance.
Thank you, noble lord. We shall follow.
Will the bears be there?
And it's sort of like, he says that, and there's a flurry of wind and snow. And then when it parts again, he's no longer there. Bears are not there. Nobody's there.
You can see a little curtain flutter down to the floor.
Yeah. But you can. Merrick, you feel relieved.
Now in his pants?
Well,
I assume now the bears aren't there, like, can come out again.
Yes.
He keep himself warm. Very dramatic.
Bloody hell.
I'm not usually
I've lived in houses smaller than those bears.
You notice there's a trail of yellow snow just going.
I want to see that. I'll go. I'll nudge Cyrus. Do not eat that snow.
Yeah, so Merrick comes back, Bartleby, he comes up behind you.
Where'd you go?
Well, let's lead on then.
All right.
Tactically, I was tactically concealing myself in case we needed a surprise attack.
Oh, yeah. Definitely strategic.
Plus, I've definitely lived in houses smaller than those bears.
I love the way Hazra is. The map does end there, so we will be going on to Theatre of the Mind for this next bit. So you make your way along the. It's probably some kind of almost like a crevasse that has got high steep snow banks on either side, and you notice that as you get closer, the snow on the ground tends to somewhat thin. It doesn't seem so built up the closer you get. And then eventually off to one side, not at the end of the main tunnel at all, but on a little side tunnel that looks like it's been almost like dug into the snow. You notice that there's a passageway that is probably just big enough for one person width-wise and about the height of a person stooped slightly. Cyrus, you can go through without stooping at all. And Hazra, can you just make me a perception check, because you were at the front, weren't you?
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay then. I'm going to just. Do you have Discord open?
I do.
I'm just going to put something in Discord. There you go. I never know whether or not Hazra's gone to sleep when he's looking down like that.
If he fell asleep, it'd be definitely narcolepsy at this point.
Or the flu.
Yeah.
Or a bad cough. Or muted. He could be. He could.
He's
be
muted, doesn't realize it. Yeah.
Muted, yeah, jokes on me. Funny guy. Okay, I will mention this. Bartleby, look ahead of me. There's a little white rabbit there. Just come down that passageway.
And Bartleby, just make a perception check.
I got snow in my eyes.
What passageway?
Yeah, you can't. You can't see anything at all. Yeah, go for it, Bartleby.
Can we keep going? We've got too much snow. Why don't point things out to me? You should bring me to them when we're in the middle of a blizzard.
So we point at white bunnies in the middle of snow. We can't see crap. It doesn't stand out.
Are you asking me to call upon the vision of my goddess to see?
Look.
What?
Good luck with that.
I can't even hear you now.
It's there, Bartleby.
What? What are you saying?
He's talking madness. I think
the little white rabbit is over there. Look.
You have snow madness.
Yeah, I don't. Why do we care about rabbits? You gonna eat it? What are you telling us?
So, are you trying to say that Moldov has the ability of shape changing, and he transformed into a bunny rabbit and is watching us try and decide whether or not to invade his house?
Well, the
cave?
thing is that all of a sudden I saw a small little rabbit running down the passageway there.
Right.
So maybe I never thought of Moldov. Maybe the bears weren't real.
Or maybe
It's a
they could
dumb
turn into little
rabbit.
bunnies because
Maybe
he's a
maybe
sorcerer.
like Cyrus can turn into little birdies. He can turn into little bunnies.
All right.
I think this
My-
has been an M-Space campaign all along, and Inworld is now revealing to us that we're in the Matrix.
We're stuck in the hollow room, the holodeck.
Yeah.
So you approach the little passageway that the rabbit went down. Are you going to proceed down?
Yeah, it's just a rabbit.
Cautiously.
Yeah.
Okay then. So
Hopefully not slipping.
What you notice is that as you go down this passageway, the snow becomes less and less thick, and you see more and more grass shoots coming out, and then above, in front of you, there seems to be two boulders that are sort of like almost like overlapping, meaning that you have to snake your way through them, and this seems to prevent the wind gushing down here. And you, as you get closer and closer, all of you see, definitely see a white rabbit or white hare, almost like just at the entrance, and then it sort of like hops round the two stones. And is the idea, do you wish to continue in or not?
I will, yes.
Yeah. So the first thing that you notice as soon as you go round the S part of the stones, that you seem to be in a cavern that seems to be well lit and surprisingly warm. In the middle, there seems to be a fire of some kind. Hasra, you notice that it's producing no smoke, and there's sort of like cooking utensils around it. And you also see, as you all come in, a rather weak, feeble, not old, but skinny, brawny man. You figure he's in his about early 30s, late 20s. He seems to be quite capable. He's not stooped over all that, but he's very scrawny, a lot scrawnier than the white robed wizard or sorcerer you saw before. The other thing that you notice in the cavern, there seems to be various furniture made crudely out of wood. There's some boulders round the fire that you assume would be chairs to, sit on. You also notice that there's, over in one corner, there is a huge amount of scrolls and books that seem to be haphazardly strewn around in that area. Where there's one is currently open on the table, rather crude looking.
How far away is he?
He's about probably about 2 or 3 meters. He's by the cooking pot.
Is he stood up or sat down or?
Oh, he seems to be stirring something, and he sort of like says to you. He says,
"I'm going to walk over to him and quite forcefully, with spear in hand, Moldov, I presume."
And he says, come in, have a seat, take any
then I'm going
stone.
to whack him in the head with my spear.
Go for it.
Because I don't like what he just did there. Sorry.
So
What?
you solve your problems with violence.
I'm just going to knock him out. Put him on my terms.
I thought we came here to talk.
Yeah, so he's not expecting the attack. He's totally unarmed and at all. So you will have a special, and then you'll have a hit location and damage.
Is there anything I can do in
I literally
to
just want
prevent this?
I just want to knock him out or stun him.
Yeah, so you can pull your damage,
Yeah.
which means, hang on, because it's not what you think it is in Mythras. You can
And
pull.
choose location as well. Ahead.
Yeah, so you choose location is the head, so that's the special. Okay, then, so you need to roll me some damage, please.
Oh, max damage on that. Oops. He should be playing magic tricks on me. I don't like magic.
We're here
Oh,
because
viewers,
he
an
is
important
magic, and we
GM
need
trick.
his magic.
Yeah. An important GM trick, viewers, is to make sure that the players always have more than one path to success. In this instance, we've had a door that I failed to open and a wizard that has killed.
So pulling your punches pull blows is a way of attacking, and you state it before you hit, which you did, which then does half damage, so it'll do 5 points of damage. But 5 points of damage on this little scrawny guy is a lot. And he, you sort of like come and whack him over the head with your spear, and he crumbles to the floor. That was his endurance roll, which he has failed. So yeah, he's just sort of like crumbles down to the floor, and you notice at this point that there's a multitude of rabbits around, that they all sort of like look quite startled and peer up out of places, and then starts to sort of like, it's as if they don't know what to do. Yeah, what's going to be your
Hazra,
What the hell,
next
Hadra?
step?
what did you just do?
This man has been tricking us. I did not want him to trick me anymore because he does his illusions with his magic.
Did you not want him to help us either?
No, I do, but on our terms. I don't want him to sit there and tell us he's the all-powerful wizard and
He might be our only way out of this hellhole.
it'll be fine. Look at these rabbits. They're beautiful, aren't they?
Don't just hit
Honestly, if
people
I
in
was
the
inviting
head,
someone to my room,
Hazra.
These
I
were
would've
great
beat
terms that we had.
But look at the rabbits.
Bartleby's going to rush to his side, and I'm going to immediately start casting.
Yeah. What would you like to cast?
I'm going to use this to the head as the
Fireball.
location.
So what would that do to major wounds?
Stabilize injury. I don't have a way to fix those kind of wounds.
Got ya. Yeah. So roll your devotion.
Go outside and put some ice on it. I don't know.
Not your devotion. Sorry, your exalt.
I just wanted to make sure I don't actually have a healing nuke in my pocket. I do not. Fantastic. Oh,
yeah.
So close. So close to a critical.
It's so close, but not close enough. Yeah. He seems to be losing a bit of blood from his head wound. But
Can I do a bit of first aid on him then in that case?
Your first aid won't do
Stabilize
anything.
there, won't it?
The heal wound has stabilized him. That's it. But he was bleeding quite badly from his head, so he's still literally unconscious.
Do you guys remember what was it, weeks that we spent with Annalise after we found her and I healed her, but it was just stabilizing? We've just entered another multi-week scenario with this guy. We may as well travel at this point in the underground passages that we can't open.
I am very confused of your motivations on this one.
I'm going to look for a jug of water. Is a jug of water?
The piss in it and then dump it on him. Like, I don't know what to do at this point.
I'm going to chuck some water over his head. I'm going to say, "Oh my goodness, Meldon, sorry, I tripped."
No, so he's he's stabilized from death. So he's not just sort of like unconscious. He will be it's now affecting his healing. So now that he's been stabilized, he will hang on, let me he'll fall unconscious, and then it will take him a certain amount of time equal to the damage to come out of consciousness. So it's not as if he's fainted or anything like that. It's like he's had it's almost like he's been concussed or had a head wound or something. A bit like when somebody hit Ben over the head. What's it called, Ben?
It was Ben with a hatchet, wasn't it? Something?
Yes, yeah. So he's definitely out for a period of time now.
And what if he can't even remember how to do portals when he wakes up?
Well, I'm sure he will. He's a mighty wizard. He said outside he's a mighty powerful wizard. And we should
That
all
needs his
help him.
brain to function and remember things.
When has
Hazra.
that ever helped you?
It I'm speechless. Are you
say that,
have you
Hazra,
gone
but how do
insane
you
in the
know?
snow?
No, what I'm
How do you
saying
know
is
that
that
before you met him, Cyrus didn't take a blow like that to the head, and that's why he's like he is?
this is true. Explains many things. This man was outside threatening us. And,
Everybody threatens us.
but he should
We're
not
a
threaten
threatening
us with
bunch.
magic.
Think about what we know. I mean, do we trust these night people?
No.
No,
Well,
right.
at
And
least I do. At least I do.
Oh, I don't. But he is opposed to them, and he's out here living in a cave.
With
He's
lots of
gonna have
rabbits.
to watch out for himself, and for all he knows, we're agents of them coming to do whatever the hell it is that they do to people.
Hazra,
I'm very
it's the
sorry
most
for what I
important
did.
thing
I
we
was
should have
just-
remembered. The most important thing we should have had on top of our minds is he could have been our way to some wine. And I don't know how to find wine now.
Have you checked over there in the rabbits?
I don't think you can make wine from rabbits.
Hmm.
I
I'm very sorry. I was very startled with the magic he was using.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to
Well-
use anything else on us. I wanted to stop what he was doing.
Stand over there. Just
He was
stand
walking-
over there.
I'm pretty sure he was going to pull out a platter of cheese and crackers for us.
I know. That's what I thought when I swung.
I'm just
Yeah.
pleased that this has at least distracted
Hello,
people
gentlemen.
from my running away in fear. So this is good.
You said it was a tactical thing. We trust you to do the tactical things.
We now own this cave, so if you have to live here forever, rabbit stew is every day.
We're not going to kill his pets after beating him
Why would
to unconsciousness in his own house.
there's a perfectly good empty keep back there? Why the hell would we stay in this cave?
Okay. Oh, do we have a way to carry him back? Do we want to trust that his little familiar pets here aren't going to just tear us to shreds with their sharp teeth? Do rabbits
They're
have sharp teeth?
rabbits. Yeah, they do actually.
Okay, so they don't even have to be magical. They might just be mad that we're stealing
Just
away
many of them.
the person that feeds them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You tend with him. I'm gonna just kind of look around.
yeah.
I'm
thanks,
sorry.
sir.
I'm gonna
I'll
do
Maybe he's got a
do the
book
same
on
thing. I'll
portals.
look around as well. And stay away from the unconscious mage.
yeah. Stay far away for a bit.
Okay,
I will
so
sniff- I will
Me
sniff
just
off the pot,
stabbing
though.
him randomly.
what appears to be in the pot looks like somebody was cooking some kind of herby broth. You notice that there's also a
Bit of rabbit in
stack
there.
a stack of bowls to off to one side, more than just one, and some like crude looking spoons down to one side as well. So they're sort of like down to one side. As you search the rest of the cavern, you Cyrus, can you just roll your literacy check?
Ooh.
Yeah, so you notice
Oh.
that the you naturally go to the place with the books and the scrolls because obviously you can read, and it seems to be information about the portals and
Learning to live together.
how to craft them, and there also seems to be mostly guardian business. There seems to be a like a ledger that's there as well, that is just over to one side. There's a lot of information about spells as well. There doesn't seem to be any of the spells that you know, or if they are the same spells, there seems to be different arcane symbols and words actually describing them. It doesn't seem to be. It just looks like you don't think these books will have come. It looks like it's been taken from a keep and brought over here. As the rest of you sort of like look around, it looks like the cave is lived in by probably just this guy and also the rabbits. It's this guy doesn't look like Moldov at all. He seems to be wearing a white outfit, but he doesn't have the build of Moldov at all. And he sort of like you notice that there also seems to be quite a significant amount of hay and straw around that the rabbits seem to be living on. They don't seem to have any hutches or anything like that, or cages. They seem to roam free round the cavern. Bartleby, as you're sat with the scrawny guy who's still unconscious, you do notice that one, maybe after that, another rabbit, they seem to come up almost like trying to sniff the scrawny guy, and they sort of like come a little bit closer. They're very wary of you. And also, if anybody, they seem to be wary of everyone. Beforehand, they didn't, but now as you're walking round, they just sort of like do their classic rabbit scatter if you get too close to them. But they do, one or two of them do come close to the scrawny guy, not enough to touch him with their noses, but close enough just to sort of like sniff. But any movement, they are just spooked and turn away. They don't seem to be leaving the cavern at all.
I'll stay really still while sat by his side, so that they're not as scared, I guess.
Yeah.
And on the ledger that I'm reading, is there anything that stands out to me? I'm assuming it's a ledger like of the ins and outs of the portal.
There's two parts. So there appears to be one ledger that is talking about goods, crates of wine and things like that being transported, and another ledger with names of what you assume to be they're quite noble names. They seem to all have 3 Christian names and a surname, and that seems to be people that in that ledger, like you've just said, it seems to be people just arriving. It talks about all arrival, and there's also some notes attached to it that says things like arrived one day late, once been crossed out and say not attending at all or not coming in a crude way. But the ledger seems to have gone back over several months, maybe even years that you can see.
I'm assuming the ledger is up to date because the person was kicked out of the tower
yes,
or stronghold
yeah,
a while ago.
yeah.
But there's nothing that stands out pattern wise. There's no like, hey, this person's here and this person was saying, hey, I'm gonna murder you all or anything. Nothing.
No, not at all. No, there seems to be nothing like that. There are some ages next to the people coming in, and they all seem to be late teens, early 20s. But it doesn't
It's like a teacher-student ledger.
It doesn't look like there's been anyone coming in through the portal for some time, which probably backs up what Annalise was saying, that the actual flow of people wanting to become guardians had slowly ebbed out. And that's backed up by this ledger of portal visits.
Now the book of essentially of portals that I was kind of reading, can I try to read into that and maybe just sit down and just kind of study it a bit, see maybe I can understand any of it?
In what would you like to get from it?
Pretty much what's missing from the current portal. Like I'm pretty confident I would recognize that there's obviously been a separation in the circle.
So there's no copy of the mark. It's just a list of people coming through the portal.
Okay, so it's not. I thought it was a book of portals.
No, it's just literally an account of people coming in and out.
Any other books of that I could recognize or anything I can see is like, hey, that seems interesting.
There seems to be some history books there that are quite big, but seem to be well paged. It seems to be stories or narratives from the past describing parts of the land. You do notice that at several times the word Argent Reach comes up, so there seems to be a connection with what you found in the first keep as well.
All right, so no matter what, Argent Keep seems to be where we're going.
It's almost sounds as if it has the same. Just roll me an insight roll, Cyrus.
Let's see if I'm insightful today.
Yes, yeah, you are. It sounds as if they're talking about Argent Reach the same way as you would talk about Lindo, the major town. It doesn't sound like Windvine, which is almost like a small village. It definitely sounds like a substantial town, and it talks about it as if it's the capital of the area.
Okay. I guess I'll continue kind of reading a bit in that time.
Yeah.
Anyone else doing anything? And there's no wine here, right?
No, there's no wine. You do notice that there seems to be food storage here as well. It seems to be as if anything has been almost like dried out. There seems to be things like berries and shoots and things like that. There appears to be no meat in the whole area.
Well, there's a lot of meat. It's just not cooked yet.
Was that a joke?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. It's all on the floor. Let's keep moving around. Okay.
Next steps, people.
I'm going to splash some water over his face.
Yeah, so
You
you
will-
you go over and you find that there seems to be a barrel of water in the corner. It looks like it's actually
Like melted snow water.
yeah, and you can find a cup or something like that, and you scoop some water out and
Hazra, don't. This is not a good idea.
As he drowns.
What are you doing, Hazra?
Waterboarding for
We're
information.
in the
Waterboarding.
snow and ice. If you cover him in water, he will freeze to death. He's already wounded.
We can skin the rabbits and cover him with fur.
No,
Oh,
no,
he's
no,
so
no,
determined to kill
no.
this guy.
What is going on with you, Hazra?
I'm very confused.
I'm very confused as well. It's like somebody's cast a spell on you and
The cold
has driven you to
got me.
madness.
and he
I was
even
very
started to see
concerned.
white rabbits.
Mm.
Well, those are clearly real now,
Right now, we're all
But-
seeing them.
Yeah.
But we're not trying to. Well, Cyrus threatened to make food, sort of.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If
Like a
I'm getting the
starter.
feeling that maybe this guy is the servant or cook or stable boy or all three for Moldov. And this would not be great to have as our starting terms if Moldov walks in and is like, "Hey, so we've got some guests. Can you get them some food?"
I think this man is Moldov.
And if this is Moldov, this is not great terms
Isn't-
because he's not going
Not
to
a
want
good
to
start.
help us.
No, he was threatening us outside and he was all big, powerful man. But now we're inside and he lied to us. I do
well,
not trust him.
Everybody's lied to us since we got here. This is not new.
No, but I don't trust this man.
Hazra, I'm not scared of any sorcerer in existence. They can talk their big game, whatever. I know I'll kill him. I know I'll beat him. I'm
that's the
powerful.
attitude that scares Hazra.
Yes.
Yeah, but the thing is, you
Because
gotta
all
just listen
sorcerers
to
are
it.
like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, you need to understand
Don't
that
start to
to
take
your
the lead
side is the best one.
because he used to do things to me without asking. And I do not want this man to do the same thing.
That's fair, but let me handle him. You. I'll protect you.
Okay,
Alright.
I'm going to go cook a rabbit.
No, don't cook his pets. That's going to
Yeah.
make things even worse.
Just go eat some freaking berries. All right, there's some berries over there. Eat, use your instincts that way.
We haven't
You
been
know-
in this
you
room
don't
that
see-
long.
Need some
Nobody should be
stringy, gamey
hungry.
meat.
Merrick, can you take Hazra's to some other room? Is there another room
It's
here?
just,
Or is this
it's just one big
It's not on
This
the
is
Cavern.
one room. It's a
Yeah.
cave.
yeah
Can you take him next door
outside.
living room,
to the neighboring cave next door?
the next mountain.
Just on the off chance he's not an illusionist, you want me to take Hazra and go looking for the bears? No. There you go. That's easy.
There are no bears, my friend. It was all.
We
smoke
don't think
bears.
there are bears. There might not be bears. There might be bears.
Isn't that something I really want to play around
How
with?
did the bears get through the little entrance there?
Maybe that's why they're not in the cave here. Maybe they're out there still,
Well, we best stay
waiting for
here
us to
then.
come out, having found out what we've done to their friend.
But they'll never know if we kill him.
Maybe these rabbits are their bear food. If we eat their food, the bear's gonna get quite angry. I don't know. I just feel like you're not on the top of our head right now, Hazra. Maybe you should take
Maybe
a
it's-
breather and take a nap.
Maybe it's all
Maybe
the
we'd have
snow.
answers to these questions if someone hadn't hit him in the bloody head.
I heard a rumor, guys, back in Lindo, that sorcerers from the order, the White Order, they can transfer their injuries onto other people and take injuries from them.
Why
It
would
doesn't
they do
really help
that?
our
That's-
situation,
Yeah,
but that with his head injury,
we get it.
um,
You read sometimes. Okay. Bartleby.
I've heard that from people talking.
Anyways, let's focus on what matters the most. Trying to make it look like this was an accident.
No one would ever believe that Hazra is clumsy.
You best start acting, Hazra, because I don't know how we're gonna get past this. We definitely screwed up here.
Oh no, I've
Well-
fallen over again.
It's on our
Yes.
terms now, at least.
Yeah. And, with Bartleby here trying to, at least remedy this a bit, I think we can turn this around and say, hey, Hazard messed up, but we're here to take care of you because you're an ally, right?
And we can feed you as well with the spoon.
Or Mr.
Yeah.
Most Powerful is going to actually have a bruised ego at this point, having us take him down a peg, having a simple stick knock him out. He might be real angry. I don't know about you guys, but I'm scared of sorcerers and I'm kind of panicking here. He had two giant
Should we-
bears. He could turn
should-
any of these things into bears, maybe. You don't know what
should
they
we-
could do.
Should we
Yeah,
tie him
maybe
up?
that's what the bears were.
blindfold him?
Maybe they were transformed rabbits. Maybe we are now standing in a cave full of future bears.
Exactly. I
Okay, so how badly do we really need this guy? I mean, just in case he can turn rabbits into bears, maybe we should just kill him now and be done with it.
But
he's the only person who can work the portal.
also remember that shape-shifting could be done on people as well, as we discovered the other. So if he could change rabbits into bears, he could also change people into
Rabbits, say.
Maybe
Yeah.
these are all his knights, all these
or,
from the castle.
or small crushable insects.
Yes. Right. Thank you for that crazy insight right there.
I'm going to kneel on the floor next to his
random
head and just
thoughts.
start tapping his cheek. Hey, wake up, wake up, wake up, Sorcerer, wake up.
Hazra,
I don't think it should be you.
Don't touch
Hazard.
him.
I really don't think it
Don't
should be
touch
you.
his face.
It'll be fine.
Cyrus.
yeah.
Is it weird question about sorcery? So when they draw the circles to make us like a teleportation circle, are they like actually able to even write that down in books? Like, because does it matter what the material is to make it?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty new to books in general. So
What?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Because,
Cyrus, what you would be able to say is that those sorts of secrets, what goes in the portal markings and the shapes are guarded by the Blue Order, the Order of the Kraken, because it's their sort of like power. If everybody had them, then they would have no role almost. So everything's
they write it down, but I'm not gonna know anything about the way they do things. We don't etch things to do our magic. Our magic is natural. It comes from within, or whatever you want to say. So I don't know.
Why do you have classes? That doesn't matter right now.
To keep
You're
the
new to
idiots at
books?
bay. Well, I can't skim it because I'm naturally gifted. Naturally.
Well, Merrick, you got anything to confess as well? while
No,
we're
I'm good.
okay.
You sure? Because kind of smells a little
do
weird
like
right now,
books.
Merrick.
I don't know if that's a confession, but
You
I'm
like
down with
books?
Oh, you look
Yeah.
like you like books. That makes sense.
Okay.
You make a lot more sense now.
I started out with martial training manuals, lots of little stick figures with swords, and it's quite interesting. And then I was spread out from there.
I've never heard of these books before.
Based on your style, now that makes a lot of sense. That you get all your teaching some drawings.
Well, no, I got my teachings from the finest swordmaster in my home city. It's just he happens to own a lot of books on the subject as well.
Yeah,
wrote
seems
most
like
of
a stellar guy. Anyways, should we pull
We
him out
need
to the snow? Maybe that would wake him up.
No, we're not moving him out to the snow. That we need to essentially bring him out of his state that he's in. I don't know how bad the damage is, but usually this miracle can clear up an injury. It's been rare that you guys even get injuries this bad. Like,
Yeah.
if in other
just a
situations,
little blow.
Hazra, what's that?
It was just a little blow. Didn't hit him too hard.
Yeah, you
Well,
did
clearly you
fantastic
did.
job. If this
I
was somebody else
I
that we
did not
didn't
use
want
the
to hit,
pointy end.
yes, you
Thank the gods.
you tried hard, but you're way too strong. We need to solve some problems and figure out the best way to, when he comes back, to introduce diplomacy back to the table. First off, we need to know if there's anything outside. Hazra, can you peek outside and see if there's any snow bears?
I certainly can. And I'll go back outside. I'll put my wrapper on my face and back outside to have a look.
Just round the 2 stones, or right the way to the end of the passage?
Yeah.
There seems to be no roll a perception check just to make sure.
No, sorry.
Yeah, there's nothing that you can see or hear, but there is almost this blizzard blowing still.
Well,
But these rabbits are the ones from Monty Python, aren't they?
Yeah. It's just a little rabbit.
I'll come back and no, there's nothing out there. All is clear. Very cold though. I may have some stew.
Okay. Since we're getting really hungry really quick and we're not thinking about the rations that we took from the keep, I saw a little bit of green out there, like green shoots as we were approaching. Correct, Edmils?
Yeah.
Maybe there's some area here where outside where you could get some food. Maybe you do you want to go hunting for a little bit, burn off some of that snow rage?
No.
Okay. Well, sure.
I whispered to Bartleby, "We tried."
I don't need to go hunting when I can throw a spear and hit a rabbit no matter what in here.
Okay, yes, I'm not arguing with you on that. What I am arguing is that we really do need.
I'm sorry for being impulsive. I did not mean to do what I did. I was acting out of fright and fear. I don't have to say these things. I did not want to be transformed or moved from here to a different place by this wizard.
Perfectly reasonable, yeah. But it's
not, but okay.
Hazra, I'm gonna put my like hand on Hazra's shoulder and point towards Cyrus. We have a powerful sorcerer who can destroy magic. He can cancel it out. Remember?
Plus,
okay.
Honestly, I mean, if we transported us to somewhere else, could it be worse than where we are now?
Oh yes. Trust me on this
point.
This is, in my opinion, one of the worst places I've ever been in my life.
Is Hazra saying that he won't go through a portal if one's open then?
He did get traumatized by the Blue Order.
I was very traumatized by the Blue Order.
That's the source of this. That's the source of your pain, isn't it, Hazra?
It is. It is. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Trauma.
It's not so much the.
Figured this out. Hazra is just showing us the way. When the portal opens, we hit Hazra on the head and take him through.
Yeah.
I think they did that one time to him.
So that's what I was suggesting. If Hazra's not going to go through the portal, then this way of opening a portal to get you home is not going to work. You're going to have to think of a completely different.
If we give him a drugged hamburger, we can get him on the plane.
I do know milk.
I do know a little bit about poison. Just not the crafting.
Let me do a roll.
What are you? Well, yeah, of course he hit him on the head. Okay.
Did you want to kill one of these rabbits, Hazra?
No, I was messing with that, to be fair. That was my
your decisions are really keeping us on our toes.
Sorry.
That's okay. We can't take the actions back now. I think what I believe we should do is once he comes back out of his state, hopefully soon, could be a few days, We will try our best to smooth this over, explain it as an accident, and hopefully we can barter with him at that point. He was reasonable enough to let us in here. Sure, he could have attacked us. He might have been planning to attack us. And I guess we do have this situation in our terms now. We just have to wait a little bit.
Is it safe to move him?
I don't advise it.
But his leg's on fire.
I'm presuming I got him in sort of a like prone position. Laying somewhere.
He's comfortable at the
Okay.
moment. Yeah.
He's got
Okay.
enough hay to prop his head up.
That's true.
Yeah.
I will walk out to the pot. I'll stir the pot like he was doing. Now have a quick taste.
Yeah, it seems to be some kind of veggie broth of some description. It's
You
well,
taste the meat.
it's well seasoned, and although it's quite thin, it tastes good.
Where do you get seasonings? Nice. All right, guys. Well, good luck. Wake me up when he wakes up. I'm just going to take a nap over here because I don't know what to do now, and I need to get some hours in.
Well, I mean, with how long we've been in this land, you should have started like brewing something at the start of the adventure, so that at this point you'd have wine.
Yes.
If only I would know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, good night. Cyrus walks to near where the books are, and then just kind of sits down and lays against the wall.
Yeah. That's cool. You can take a nap here.
Mhm.
And there's no other exit here.
No, it's the only entrance and exit is through the way that you came in.
We're waiting then. I don't think we have much else we can do.
We have a few things we can do, actually. Cyrus, can you see if there are any hidden spectral signs?
Ooh.
I would do it myself with Amriel's vision, but I'm afraid that I wouldn't understand it as well as you would.
Right.
Or you actually asleep now?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll get up. Let's see. I'll start to tune my eyes a bit, and then do where you go. I'm going to attempt which site?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, nice. There appears to be no magic in this place. You get a slight... It almost feels like a dusting of past magic. There's definitely been magic cast in this place, but there's nothing in this place that is currently magical. So you don't think that the rabbits are actually polymorphed ice bears. They are just rabbits
Right now, yeah.
and the same with the there's nothing radiating magic from the unconscious person, the scrawny guy. You wouldn't be able to detect whether or not somebody was magical.
Can I just ask though, if Cyrus turned into a bird and he cast detect magic on himself, would he show up as being magical?
He can't use his skills when he's a
Okay,
bird.
if Bartleby cast detect magic, if he had it, would Cyrus turn up as was a bird be magical or not magical?
Magical.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, as I thought, there is no hidden passage full of wine. So that might be messed up.
And he doesn't have any hidden like portals that you're seeing under the hay?
Nothing. No portals.
That would have been a good
Yeah.
idea for him to have his own portal. He just covers it up with hay and rabbits.
It would also be a good idea not to turn his back in front of Hazra, but you know how things go.
You saw him outside, how he was acting outside. You
I
saw
guess
that.
people just need to learn.
I don't even know this is the same person. It doesn't sound like it.
Well, where has this other person gone then?
I don't know, maybe another cave. Maybe we walked into the wrong cave.
I mean,
That's what I was wondering, if like it's a
I
duplex.
thought he did identify himself as Smoldov when Azra walked up and asked him.
He's an old man. He probably heard us greet him, and he went, "Oh yeah."
Yeah,
think-
I was right.
He
Sure,
seems like
he's
a
not
nice
old,
old
He's
man.
just scrawny.
Yeah, he was in his late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's about the same age as Merrick. You call me
Yeah.
an old man now.
Oh, old man Merrick.
Based
The
on like
party killed themselves
averages,
in
and
the
I don't know.
cave.
Maybe you are old
You
man at
kids
30.
get off of my lawn.
Yeah. Bring me back my garden tools.
Okay. Any ideas, Bartleby?
Okay, I have one more idea, and I don't think it will work because I don't believe it's ever worked before. I'd like to try using this the Vigor Folk Magic spell to kind of like try and if he is only like passed out or unconscious, see if this is enough to wake him up. But if it's an actual brain injury, I doubt we'll have anything other
Well,
than
you can
a week or two.
roll your folk magic and see what
All
happens.
right. By the power of Amriel?
Yeah. He seems to be out for the count. He doesn't look like he hasn't passed out because of fatigue. He's passed out because of injury.
Head injury, yeah.
And an energy drink from Bartleby has done nothing. Because Amriel says that wasn't the issue.
So it is the what's going to be the plan? What's the next step that people wish to do?
Wait for him to wake up, I think.
It's either we wait for him to wake up or we go ahead and kill him and try and find another method of just walking there. But we do need the speed boost.
Yeah, I don't feel like walking. I'm not bring the right pair of boots because I've definitely worn them by now.
Yeah, and I think if he woke up, I think you would need to be prepared to almost like maybe intimidate him in such a way to force him to do the spell, because he might not actually do the spell. If that
maybe
makes
if somebody
sense.
other than Hazra talks to him, we might.
Yeah, I
still be
think
able
I'll
to
be
get
able
on his
to-
good side.
I'm gonna leave it up to Bartleby on this one. Hazra, maybe just stay on the far side of the cave.
I cannot apologize enough. So sorry.
So
we understand where you're coming from now.
I don't.
He was mental.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from, and I was there when certain short sorcerers cast spells on you against your will. I get it. I forgot for a moment. I would like to go down the route of diplomacy because he's a powerful sorcerer. It would be nice to have more people aiding us rather than being in fear of us. But I get it. Intimidation could be a way to temporarily resolve this. I think the more allies we have, the better our lives will turn out.
How about your judgment, Bartleby?
okay then. So I
I'm trying to get
suggest
back to your good books.
I suggest at that point that we take the break for the evening, and we'll say that all four of you, are sleeping in the cave, so people can be able to get magic points back. Bartleby, you know what you do with your devotion.
We could probably
pool,
do with
yeah.
that. a rotating watch rather than everybody sleep at the same time. But yeah,
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break there. We'll be back at quarter to the hour. So make sure that you go away, grab some snacks and have a drink, and then we'll be back at quarter to. Let me just do that. There we go. Brilliant. Everybody's in the right place. So it actually takes not one day. It actually takes almost like 2 nights sleeping before the scrawny man starts to come round. So Bartleby, you will be able to replenish your devotion pool as well. I just need to know, while you're waiting, who is going to be with the scrawny guy? That's the first thing that I need to know. So is it a case that Bartleby, you're going to be with him, or are you going to take it in turns to watch over him? What's going to be the plan there?
Bartleby will handle that. Amriel requires diligence. If I need energy, I will call upon her.
Okay. So throughout all this time, the rabbits seem to be definitely keeping away from you, Hazra. Definitely, if you walk anywhere near any of them, they sort of like get completely spooked and just go off. But Bartleby, you do notice that if you weren't mistaken, it definitely looks as if they seem to be concerned about the human that you're looking after. And on the morning after 2 nights, so it's almost like on the morning of the second day, you've all used up. You'll be using your rations, but also if you wanted to drink any of the broth in the cooking pot, that's probably been used up. But after on the morning, you notice that the guy with the head wound stirs somewhat. He sort of like moans and opens his eyes and sees you, Bartleby, and his immediate reaction is to almost like you suddenly see the look of terror probably on his face. That's what you immediately see, and he sort of like starts to struggle to get up. Yeah, Bartleby, what would you like to do?
I'd like to try and verbally calm him down by saying, "It's okay. You're safe. You're safe. It's going to be okay. You got a little bit of a head injury there."
Yeah, okay then. So roll your influence. Yeah, he seems to he stops trying to get up, but you're not too sure whether or not it's because he might have a splitting headache, or whether or not he seems that he's taking notice of you.
I would like to cast a spell.
Okay.
ooh,
I'd like to give a quick prayer to Amriel to try and calm him down.
Okay.
As I then try to explain ourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
42. You can resist.
Is it his willpower?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. You you get the feeling that he's almost acting as if he's somewhat dazed. He doesn't look like he's fully healed. It looks like he might have some kind of concussion. and it definitely seems as if he's trying to stand up, but finding it really difficult at the moment. And he seems to say, who, who, who hit me? And he seems to have his eyes closed at that, as if even the firelight from the fire that burns in the middle is sort of like hurting his head.
I'm going to look to my comrades at that question for like, back me up.
From what I understand,
misunderstanding.
there's a misunderstanding.
Um,
Exactly.
It was my fault. I hit you, my friend. I didn't mean it.
He didn't understand who you were. He was confused and scared. He's not very much of a fan of magic in general. Yeah, I would say so. So it's a misunderstanding. He's sorry, and we did our best with our theist here to kind of stabilize you and remedy the situation as much as we can.
And we have we've not eaten any of your rabbits.
And to emphasize, we have not eaten any of your rabbits. I ate some grapes, though.
As you're sort of like talking to him, his eyes don't open, but he seems to be nodding. And then he says, "They said what?" And
sorry.
There's another pause.
Who's they? Us?
Maybe he's talking to the rabbits.
Maybe he is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Or are you? Did you not hear my comrades and you just hear me, sir?
He sort of like his eyes open, and he sort of like says, "I know what you've all done. My friends have told me."
Did they tell you that I yelled at my comrade for quite a bit?
He's not much of a yeller. He's more of just a boring speaker. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting for him.
Could we just start this whole thing over again from the beginning, as if nobody had hit you on the head and we've only just walked into the cave? Because that would be a lot easier for everyone.
He says, he sort of like mutters to himself and says, "You are not welcome here."
We're not welcome anywhere, mate.
And he sort of like reaches up and almost like tentatively touches his head where the wound is.
Look, Hasra's not going to hit you again. We just want to talk.
And he says, "Oh, so that's his name."
Yeah. He is, very sorry. I don't know. It was instinctual on his behalf. He'd been traumatized by magic.
It was Master Moldov. I'm very, very sorry that I hit you.
We've been through a lot, and he got carried away.
Yeah,
we've been attacked by minions of Discordia, and we didn't know
threatened with
who
bears.
you were. And you
really big bears.
And you look completely different to who's out there. Amazing.
There's almost like a pause, as if he's considering things, and he sort of like says, "It must be nice to hit a scrawny person like me. Are you going to leave, or must I do something to get you to leave?"
You know what? How
We'd
this?
like to talk to you.
I'm gonna start slowly backing out because
before we go, I just want to say one thing. Why did you leave the keep? Because they said they threw you out, but I don't trust a word I say any of them said we only met one who was alive. But I don't believe that. I think there's got to be some reason. Why did you leave?
They threw me out.
Oh, all right then. Why did they throw you out?
He sort of like looks around a bit. Roll me your influence skill.
Okie dokie. Influence. Oh God.
He
Isn't
turns
it the
around.
second one today?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
I got perception.
He sort of like
Reverse it.
he sort of like turns around to you and says, "Mind your own business. Why did you come here?"
enough.
We need a portal to Argent Dawn. Is it? Is this what's it called?
Argent Keep.
Argent Keep. Yeah.
Argent
Dawn's
Reach.
from Warcraft.
Wimby would
Argent
be good.
Reach.
Sorry.
Yeah.
we need a portal to Argent Reach. The current portal doesn't work. We know that you are a wizard or a sorcerer that knows how to create portals. That's why we're here. That's the only reason we weren't here to hurt you in any way, but I guess we were all clear on that.
Cyrus rolled
But-
me an influence. Let's see if we can get the third fumble of the night.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't a fumble.
No, he sort of like says, "I'll open the portal for you if it means that you will never come back to see me and my friends again."
I
Absolutely.
promise you, we will. I will love to never see you again. I would love to never see this entire place again.
You know, you don't really have to live in this cave anymore. Because
He
pretty much
turns-
everybody at the keep is dead now. You could just move back into there.
Yeah,
he
there's
says,
no one there.
"Shut up, Mr. Fumble Man." And
It's not very liked.
he says,
I don't know what.
where are we going for this to open this portal?
The portal room at the keep.
The one you were removed from.
That he sort of like he seems somewhat grumpy, and he tries to get up, and you notice that he staggers a bit. He's definitely not fully recovered by any means. Bartleby, you might be able to heal him up now that he's changed his wound bracket.
Yeah. From the doorway, I'll make my way back in because seeing him stumble, you gotta help. And I'll offer to him, I can help you further now through the power of my goddess, if that's okay.
Will it make me feel better?
I hope so.
Well, I believe I'll do it then.
I will use the same miracle I did before to his head. And there's my exhort. I thought it was gonna be a fumble.
Nope, not yet. Yeah, so that sort of like recovers him somewhat, and he looks like he starts to prepare for a journey. He seems to be putting on what appears to be very cold weather outfits, very similar to yours. It appears that when he was sent out, he was given the cold weather gear, and he puts that on, and he seems to have he puts across his shoulder what appears to be a low slung shoulder bag, and one on both sides, so they're sort of like crossed over the middle. And you notice that he puts into one of them bits of chalk that he seemed to have had round the book area and near the shelves. He sort of like moves some of them and collects them as if they were hidden and almost like out of sight. And he sort of like puts some of those in, and he puts what appears to be some kind of ink liquid in one. And then he crouches down on the floor and lifts up the flaps of the two bags, and two rabbits come jumping along and sort of like jump into the bags, and he sort of like stands up and puts the flaps down and says, "Right, I am ready."
Right. Okay. I guess we'll go through the cold again.
I will lead the way.
Yeah. Why don't you lead,
Yeah.
and we'll stay a little bit back here.
That sounds like a good idea.
We meaning myself.
Would you like my
Yeah.
would he like my spear to lean on?
If you go anywhere near him, Hazra, he flinches and backs away and refuses to. He almost like cowers if you approach. I need to know. I'm just moving. Could you tell me the marching order going back, please, and where this scrawny guy is put?
I would imagine
In the middle.
something. Yeah. If he feels uncomfortable being that close to Hazra, him and I can switch places, but otherwise,
Yes.
I think.
He agrees with that.
All right, then I'll go right there, and our swordsman will protect you from the rear.
Okay, yeah, and you start to tramp back through the snow towards the keep, and Cyrus, every now and again you hear from Hazra in front of you.
Is it a fart?
I didn't hear the sound effect.
Yeah.
Did you not hear it?
Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Someone
you
didn't
all-
like the brothy soup.
Yeah.
Over the blizzard too. That's a strong sound.
Yeah.
It seems to be coming from Hazra.
No, Moldov. Just I guess I kind of want to peer what you know about this area. We kind of ran into an interesting fella. He had like a lot of monsters that seemed to be attacking the stronghold. He had a flaming horse. Seemed a little dramatic.
A pain dealer.
Pain dealer. Okay, thanks, Bartleby. Do you happen to know anything about this, or is this
He says,
something you?
I need to rest for a while.
Oh God. Okay.
And he sort of like settles himself down up against one of the snow walls.
We could have made a sled and just pulled him, couldn't we?
Cyrus, could you make a perception roll, please?
No, I'm not changing his pants.
Okay. But then who?
Bartleby, you're the remedy here. Did
I don't have any cleaning spells.
I thought I pressed it. Hold on. Do it again.
I see it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
my bad. My bad.
it doesn't matter which one you take. The noise isn't coming from the scrawny guy. It's coming from Hazra. That's where it's coming from.
Got it. I'm gonna approach Hazra. We keep my space just a bit for obvious reasons. Are you okay, bud? You seem to be a little gassy right now.
No, I'm fine. I don't know what you mean.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. No rumbly tummies?
No.
No, okay. Just, we're gonna stand back just a bit further for, other reasons.
No, that's fine.
And
Okay.
the guy says, "Hey, ready, we can move."
Okay.
Well, let me give you a quick prayer, my friend. I'm gonna try to pray on him.
As you come near him, do you have to touch him?
Yeah.
As you sort of like bring, you take your glove or mitten off your hand and go to touch him, and he sort of goes, "Get out of my way! Don't touch me!"
He used to be an altar boy.
Are you sure? I can give you energy to make it so you can last further walking in the snow.
Let's get on with it.
Okay. If you insist.
So this sort of like continues all the way back to the keep. Every now and again, he stops and claims that he's tired, and the whole of everybody stops and waits. And then all of a sudden, without much warning at all, he suddenly gets up and says, "I'm ready to go." And sort of like everybody starts to move, and you get to the point that you can see the keep in front of you, and he at that point he says, "I need to rest and tell you
Jesus,
something."
another.
It's
Tell us something. What now? Sorry,
I'm
oh, just tell us.
I'm not going in there if there's any of those guardians around.
There's only one, and we'll keep her away from you.
If I see her, the deal's off.
I'll
Sure.
go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you do that, Hazra.
And don't forget
All
to
right,
ask about that
you won't
trapdoor.
see the one inept guardian.
Yeah,
You have our word.
ask about the secret door. But I'll go ahead and I'll ask Annalise to make herself sparse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarce, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sparse. Oh, my leaves have fallen off.
Yeah, and then it's the idea you'll come back to the group then and say, yeah. Okay, then. So you sort of like come back, and Annalise is a little bit confused when you approach her, and she sort of like says, "Why do I need to be sparse or scarce?"
Moldov says he won't come and help if he sees any of the guardians in the keep. As there's only you as a guardian in the keep. If you can just hide somewhere or go wait somewhere.
So
away from the portal.
I am to be left here?
No. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. No, once he's fixed the portal, then you can come back. And we'll make him send you.
I am not very sure about
No.
this plan.
And he's absurd. He's just a ratchetty young man who has delusions of grandeur. And I may have hit him on the head.
Yeah.
Will there be intimidation? I'm not too sure I can. That seems to go against my nightly code.
No, there would not be intimidation from you.
You should hit her on the head.
You'll be fine. You just do as you're told, please, Annalise. We've helped you out. Please go do as you're told. Go hide away. Don't let him see you.
You're gonna get hit on the head.
Roll your influence.
Oh, here it is. Oh, you know.
I'm going to use my last point of luck to re-roll that, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I'm going to do a bit more force. And please, you trust us before, trust us now.
She says, "I will trust you, but I am uneasy about this, Hazra."
You'll be fine, Annalise. Trust me.
And she agrees to wait in one of the side rooms.
You waited here while we went off to go and find him.
So I'm just going to slide you all over to the portal room. Tarek is back with you, and Annalise will be off to. She'll be somewhere else, out of sight, but she is keen to sort of like watch you return, and sort of like notice it that you have Moldov with you. And as soon as you get back, Hazra, and sort of like says that, you know, there's no guardians, he almost like takes the lead and sort of like says, well, let's get this done then. And he knows exactly where the portal room is, completely and utterly. And he sort of like goes straight the way down, and he sort of like looks at it and says, who left it in this mess? This is going to take a while to correct.
Well,
we needed you.
Yeah. Obviously, we've been waiting for you this entire time, so it looks like we have time to wait.
He says,
So
well, don't just stand around gazing at me. Go do something useful while I correct this.
You don't know anything about this door, do you?
He looks at you and says, which door?
I shall point at the secret door that I failed to get open. This one.
Oh, those are the doors that lead to the underground tunnels that connect keeps together.
Why is it? Why does it seal then? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, there's a...
You put that kind of lock when you're hiding something. You not on a transportation tunnel.
It's a secret tunnel. All the Guardians know about it. Well, the ones that matter, should I say, if they're lower ranks. You know, like the awful knights that made me have to leave, then they won't know about such things. It's a simple mechanism to open. It's a simple trap that it has. Just anybody could disarm the trap and go straight through it. It's not meant to kill or injure. Why am I telling you this? Do you want me to do the portal or sort the door?
No, the portal. Sort the portal. Sort the portal.
And he sort of like kneels down and flops his rabbits out, and they sort of like go hopping around, and he sort of like starts to get out some chalk and some cloth and starts to rub out where the lines have been cracked, you know, by the flagstones, rubbing them out and sort of like drawing new lines. And he sort of like says, don't all stand there. You're putting me off my lunch.
All right. Well, I'll go upstairs then.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay close to the portal, but I'll be out of his field of view. Well, my thing is, if he gets it working, activates and buggers off and leaves it there.
Yeah.
And he's got two rabbits to restart his rabbit kingdom. So, yeah.
Okay, so Hazra's staying down here. Tarek will come be upstairs with Annalise. Bartleby, Cyrus, and Merrick. What you staying down or going up?
I think Merrick is going to pretend to leave and then just kind of stay lurking in the shadows on the stairway where he can keep an eye on this guy. Okay,
then. Can you both roll your... so let's see what everybody else is doing as well. Cyrus and Bartleby, what's going to be your plan?
Mine's easy. I'm going to go try and grab him some food because he mentioned putting him off his lunch. I don't think that's what he meant by it, but I'm just going to go get him food to make myself useful. Okay. And Cyrus?
Cyrus is he's gonna stick around. He'll be out of the way, but he's watching. He's kind of studying what he's doing with the chalk and whatnot.
Right. So he's staying in the portal room as well, but not hiding as such.
No.
Yeah.
Not hiding.
Okay, then. So Hazra and Merrick, you can make your stealth rolls. Nice. So you appear to be out of sight. Please do remember they're both opposed rolls compared to his perception.
Can we use a heroic point to make Hazra's a critical?
Yes, you you would have to use a heroic point, because I don't think Hazra has any luck left.
No, I'm all.
I think it'd be funny with your description, just perpetually lurking out of his vision.
Do you want to use a heroic point?
Just for fun, then. Go on.
Yeah, okay.
I'll reverse that.
Why not?
That is
Heroism.
It is a crit, isn't it? Yay!
Yeah,
I'm a hero, man. Look at me, sneaky.
I like to imagine kind of like
Batman's a hero. He does it all the time.
Yeah.
Like Michael Myers from Halloween.
Yeah.
So
Coming out of the shadows.
Moves really quickly when you're not looking at him.
Upstairs, Bartleby, Annalise approaches you, and she just sort of said, Master Bartleby, what is going on?
Well, I'm trying to keep my comrades from ruining every friendship and possible ally that we meet. Firsthand. Anyways, so we found Moldov, persuaded him within an inch of his life, and now we have him back here. He's drawing the portal to get us to leave. He doesn't like us.
I'm quite surprised. Bartleby, did you use force on him?
The persuasion was very forceful. We asked to talk with him, and he led us into his cave. He let his giant bears disappear into the snow, and Hazra persuaded him right away with a staff to the head.
Why did I have to hide?
Because maybe it's the brain damage, maybe it's the hatred that Moldov has for you knights, guardians, sorry. He didn't want to see any of you guys after he'd been kicked out, so I guess he probably still has sour feelings.
She sort of like lets out a sigh. She says, this is indeed strange times. I am looking forward to getting back to Argent Reach and finding out what is happening and how we can prevent this evil spreading out throughout the rest of the land.
I agree. That's why we've made this quick alliance. Would you be able to describe Moldov to me?
Yes, he's the person that you came in with. Do you remember she was peering out? She kept an eye.
So she did see. Yeah. Okay, so that definitely was him and not an imposter.
Oh no, that was him.
Okay, okay. Sorry, I got a little paranoid there, Annalise.
He hasn't put on any extra weight. He's still as scrawny as ever. He found it hard to even wear his armor when he wanted to be a guardian.
He wanted to be a guardian?
Yes, he came to us, but he was too young and immature.
Interesting. Do you know why he got kicked out after entering?
He played tricks on other guardians, but one backfired against one of the leaders, one of the trainers. We'll just say there was quite a mess and not much of the pig left.
Right, a pig trick. Hazra has a pig trick where he just flips it.
I just have to roll with it.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Merrick and Hazra, you're downstairs, and the scrawny guy continues his work. He seems to be. This is actually for the number of times that he rested on the route. Either Bartleby's spell worked on him, or he's got a slight change of mind, because he's making really good progress. And he seems to be keeping up this inner dialogue with himself, as if he's talking to other people, and he's saying things like, "No, it'll be done in a while. Then we can go back to the cave." Yes, I know it was nice in the bag, but let me get this done, and then we can return to normal. And he sort of like seems to have this internal dialogue. Both of you roll your insight at an easy level of difficulty.
Me or them?
No, just
Well,
the
thank
two
God it was
hidden
easy.
ones. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because Cyrus, you're in the room as well.
Yeah.
You can roll it as well.
Like, I could just not be listening.
Yeah, you're not listening. You're not listening at all. Hazra and Merrick, you also notice that every now and again he looks up and almost like talks directly to one of the rabbits, and that it's as if he's somehow got some form of communication with them that you've not been seen before, but it might.
He's obviously talking to the rabbits. We just don't know whether the rabbits are talking back.
Yes,
That
yeah,
could be in his head.
very, very true. Yeah, so it's going to take roughly a day for him to sort the portal out. Is there anything that anybody would like to do while he's sorting the portal? Bartleby, you can bring him down food, and he sniffs at it, and then his rabbits come over and sniff at it. And only then does he eat whatever you've given to him. He doesn't. There's only water in the place, but he doesn't take any wine or anything like that, and he doesn't eat any meat. If any meat is delivered to him, then he literally refuses it, and the rabbits go scampering off if meat is delivered. Yeah, so is there anything anybody would like to do while all this is happening?
I'll probably have a small conversation at one point. I know this place probably gives you bad memories, some drama, but at the same time, if we leave, you let us leave. This place could be yours. No one's using it. All the guardians are dead.
He sort of like, he looks up, and live in a place with an active portal. I must safer in my cave, away from all this and you.
All right. Well, it's not really mine to give, but keep that in mind, I guess.
I was happy until you gave me this nasty bump on my head.
Yeah, I get it.
He at that point, he looks at you, Cyrus, and says, "Will this damage my hair growth?"
Is he already balding?
No, he's not.
Okay.
But he's got one of those lumps that are coming through the hair, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like in the cartoon, the one.
Yes, yeah.
Like a golf ball.
Yeah. If I could throw horseshoes at it. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician.
Not much of anything, if you ask me. And he carries on sort of like scrawling away. Anything else anybody else would like to do? I'm assuming you get food, etc., to make it through the day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Obviously,
watching
we're going to have
Melanie
to.
2.0 here.
Yes, very
We're going to
much
have
so.
to nip out from time to time, but I'll try and do it so that one of Merrick or Hazra is here at any given time.
Oh, good idea. Yeah.
So when we go off to get food or answer a call to nature or whatever, we'll go at separate times.
Got you. Yeah. So yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say I'd like to stay away from the portal room mostly, but I'd like to keep an eye outside, just the skyline, see if any of those pain dealers come back, or flying horse. Just keep a little bit of a security perimeter.
Okay. Just roll your perception for me, please.
One of my best skills.
Yeah, you keep. It seems to be very quiet outside. There's a bit of a gale blowing and the snow, but there seems to be no sounds of flying horses or anything like that. It's, if anything, it's weirdly quiet. And Annalise at one point sort of like walks up and stands next to you as you gaze out the window, and she says, "It's unnervingly quiet, don't you think?"
That's what I was thinking, but I don't actually know this region too well. I was hoping maybe it was just that time of the day where there's no activity.
It seems quite so strange not to hear the clash of swords being practiced with, or the shouts of guardians laughing, talking about their families. It's as if all the life has been removed from this keep, and nothing of its soul remains.
It does sort of remind one of a graveyard.
Yes. With just bodies with no souls.
I really hope that they get the portal going soon.
And she sort of like, she almost like slaps you on your back, a friendly slap that you suddenly feel that she is quite powerful. And she sort of like goes, "Don't worry, my friend. When
At
we
least
get
you still have a soul.
when we get to Argent Reach, I will show you around and show you the wonders of the architecture and the people there. You will see how we live and enjoy life. It is much better than this dry husk of a place."
I would like that.
Okay, anybody else wish to do anything?
I think it's just a waiting game, but I don't know. I would imagine, based on the things he's doing, I'm still a little suspect of him, like making sure he's not going to try to pull a fast one on us, and
He
use
definitely
teleportation.
he definitely seems at all times to be working on the portal, and you do notice that, like I said, it's sort of like increased vigor, and now and again he yawns and stretches, but he's always almost like having this dialogue saying, "Yes, I'll be gone soon. I'm nearly finished. Give me time." And he sort of like continues to rub bits out there. So when he's rubbing bits out, imagine that there was a line and a claw mark or something split that line. So what he's doing is almost like rubbing away all the spare ink or chalk that got smudged, and redrawing a new line. And you can see it looks like, I mean, you're not a portal expert at all, Cyrus, but he doesn't seem to be doing anything else apart from correcting the portal. And he's not casting any spells or anything. He literally just seems to be rewriting or correcting the portal.
Got it.
Okay, so
Right.
it's getting to it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon when he gets up and stretches his back and says, "It is ready."
Good. Finally. Oh God, I can't wait. Hazard, go get Bartleby. I think we're ready.
I will get Bartleby and Annalise.
Yeah.
And
Bartleby, my friend, the portal, he says is ready. And Annalise, did you wish to come too?
Well,
We are-
how are we gonna get her to the
Yeah.
portal without him seeing her?
I should put a curtain over her head.
She says, "Don't worry, I will be able to persuade him." And she taps the hilt of her sword.
Well, that might be effective. We've used that persuasion on him recently, but
I know,
It works.
Bartleby. I am taking my lead from you.
no, that wasn't me. I wasn't the one hitting him on the head. that was. You really think I'd hit somebody on the head, Annalise?
She sort of like starts to walk forward and says, "Come on, let's deal with this rapscallion of a lad."
Let's maybe use positive language and not call him rapscallion when he's helping us, and I'll follow along.
And you sort of
While
like,
Hasler's gone to get Annalise, I'd like to have a quick word with Moldov.
oh yeah, by all means. You
Yeah,
sort of
I
like
just
come
wanted to-
sulking out of the shadows, and he goes, "Oh,
Yeah. Moldov, Melmaker. These I don't know a lot about these portal things. How do they work? Do they have to connect to another portal you know?
He
Or
says,
could you send us anywhere?
he says, they work via magic."
Yeah, that much I've pretty much figured. But could you send us anywhere, or is it certain locations?
I thought you wanted to go to Argent Reach.
Well, I don't want to go to Argent Reach. No, and I don't think really any of us want to go to Argent Reach. We just think that's the place where we might be able to get help. But if you could send us home, we wouldn't need that help.
And where is home, not Argent Reach?
No, we're not from around here.
Where else
We
is
really
there?
want to go back to Wimbine, I suppose.
Windpine?
Windvine.
Wimbine.
Windvi.
I mean, can you send us to a place you don't know?
Is that a
Then-
suburb?
Meadow.
Is that a suburb of
No, it's a town.
Argent
It's a town.
Reach?
We're not from Argent Reach at all.
There is nothing beyond these
We're from-
mountains.
Yeah, no, there is. There's loads of stuff
See,
beyond this mountains, and that's where
that's
we're from.
it's that kind of feeling, that kind of like thinking is what keeps you living in caves.
And he sort of like looks at you, says, he goes, "Okay, yes, there is other lands beyond
There's a
the
whole
mountain.
world out there. that you
Yes, I
haven't experienced.
understand. I understand."
All right, never mind. We'll go to Argent Reach.
And
Moldov, another
Worth a
thing,
try.
we're taking the last guardian with us, and so she
no,
might
I am
become-
staying here.
Okay, the other last
the-
guardian with us.
The one you said couldn't be here, or you wouldn't come in and help us. Well, we want to get her completely out of your way, and the best way to
She's
do that
here.
is for her to go through the portal. Not at the moment, obviously, no. But the best way to get rid of her completely for you is to send her through the portal, isn't it?
Merrick, roll your influence at easy since you're giving a good justification. Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes. Then she'll be out of my hair. And I
Yeah,
can just
You've
go
got- and you can
back to my
damage the portal
cave.
when we're gone, and then she won't be able to come back.
You can live in
Oh,
peace. You can all of it. Just
most definitely. Let's get on with this. Let's get on. And she sort of like turns to his rabbit, and he says, "We can soon go. I'm nearly done here. Yes, I had to
Good
help
job we
them.
didn't eat any of those rabbits.
I had to help them. It's the only thing I can do." And you all sort of like come down, Tarek, with you, and he sort of like almost like he almost like screws his nose up at Annalise and goes, "Oh." And
Moldov has
Annalise,
agreed to send you back to Argent Reach, Annalise.
yes, that is his purpose, she says, and she starts to take off her cold weather clothes and her mittens and her boots and everything, and says, "We will not be needing these in Argent Reach. It is warm and sunny, a perfect climate."
I'm going to keep mine on.
Brilliant. I'll take mine off at the other end.
"You will look the fools."
I get cold and
I don't mind looking a fool.
And he sort of like looks at you all and he says, "Are you leaving or not?"
yes.
He sort of
Yes.
like sorry, I was gesturing under my table. He gestures to the portal. Let me just do. Which layer is that on? I'm trying to see. There you go. And he sort of like and he ushers everybody together, and he sort of like tells you to stand inside the circle with nothing outside the circle. And Bartleby and Hazra and Cyrus, even you, Merrick, are familiar with things like this. And there's horror stories of people having a leg outside the portal and the body being transferred and the leg just being left behind. And he stands there and says, I would like to say it was nice meeting you all, but it wasn't. And he sort of like looks down in his rabbits and says, yes, we will go home. And he turns up and says, never mess with a mage, and clicks his fingers.
Yeah.
And
this is not going to be good.
And the portal shimmers, and suddenly you're transported out of the portal room. Almost like a brief blink of an eye, you appear at another portal on the ground. You appear to be in what seems to be a ramshackled ruin of a house. It seems to be on the edge of the mountainous range. It's not snowy or anything like that here, but the house is almost like rack and ruin. There's no roof on it, and you notice that it was probably once one big house, a big room, sorry, a bit like a Viking long room. And there seems to be sort of like broken tables and chairs in there. And there seems to be what might have been bookcases that have been broken and toppled over. And there's no books in here, and any books that you see seems to have had all the pages ripped out. And you notice, looking outside, the sun is slowly starting to set, and Annalise sort of like looks round as you all look round, and she says, this is not Argent Reach.
Merrick will turn to look at Hazrat and say, oh, what a surprise. The bloke you hit on the head sent us to the wrong place.
No, I almost threw a spear at him as we were going through as well. Or one of his rabbits. In reference to the sun, are we about the same height of sun when we left?
You couldn't see the sun because of snow. It looks like you're in the
basement,
same.
Weren't we? Yeah.
You're looking at. You think you're probably in the same time thing, but
yeah.
And okay. Annalise sort of like looks around, and she goes to the sort of like where a door or window would be, and looks out and says, I have no knowledge of this place.
No offense, Annalise, but you've got no knowledge of any place. We've already established this. You and your mate Moldov don't even know there's anything outside these mountains.
Right, let's have a look around this house and see if we can find any clues. Sorry.
Yeah, so you start searching around. If one person rolls, you can all roll your perception rolls.
I'll just let Hazra.
Oh, Merrick got a crit.
Ooh, I say. That's to make up for the
And
fumble I got
Bartleby
earlier.
got a crit as well. The same crit as Merrick got.
We're working like a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very very puzzled by the whole layout. It seems one side of the house has lost its roof and all the walls, and that seems to be the side of the house, the end of the house that this portal, this mark rests in. And it looks like it almost like looks from where the rock is and the ruin of the walls, that it almost like looked something from this area might have blown up, or there's been a massive explosion. Down the other side, there seems to be maybe there's something that looks like a bed or a couple of beds, but it looks like they've been left for years, decades. And there seems to be pots, and there seems to be the remnants of a fire pit at one end. So it's definitely a longhouse of two sides. One seems to be more habitable, and then the other side looks like it's being completely blown up or blown out from the source of from the actual portal. Cyrus, could you make an insight check for me, please?
There's no
I
sort
was
of
just thinking
pictures
this looks
of,
like Cyrus has been here before.
yeah. There's no pictures of Moldov and his family here, are there?
No. So
I'll use a point of luck to reverse it.
nice. It's only when everybody else goes off searching around, and you seem to be quite fixated about this end of the longhouse, and you notice the blast stains on the walls and things, and you suddenly start to think about strategies and tactics. Do you have a skill related to that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Would you like to roll that for me, please?
All right, come on, baby. Nice.
And as everybody else is looking around and kicking things over, it suddenly comes to you that you remember that when working together, people have teleported objects through a portal where they've then exploded at the other end and, destroyed people. And just at that point, this sort of like triggers in your mind, and you notice the lines of the portal slowly start to come alight, as if something is about to come through it.
As I yell, everyone, get out now! Outside now!
Well, I think that'd be a nice time
we'll
to
get out.
leave it. I think
I
that'd
have
be
become death. There we go.
this would be a nice time to leave it until next time. Yeah, thank you very
We're
much.
at the nuclear testing station, aren't we, for wizards?
No idea. And I really mean that.
And Fishy called it.
Was only joking.
Brilliant. So, did somebody bring Tarek?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yes.
thought I was holding his
And you
hand.
would forgot something.
He was underneath Merrick on the pad. I couldn't see him on the pad, but he was underneath Merrick, so that's all right. Annalise is here as well. So that'd be a good place to leave it, just as Cyrus shouts out, What do you say? Get out, everybody! Get
Go
out!
to the chopper.
Um,
Don't know.
at that point, so we'll be able to pick it up at that point next time. And poor Tarek's going to wonder what he's come back into after having a week off, but I'm sure he'll catch up. Hopefully he watches the VOD. Right, let me get
now that we have left Keep Frying Pan and arrived here in Fire Manor.
Yes. Oh, yes. How nice. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming along and watching, and thank you to the players tonight. Mr. Pickles, is there anything that you would like to pass on to the viewers?
As always, I have a podcast. Yeah, we're working on a new episode. We should be recording soon. Next one is going to be Ghostbusters.
Which one?
It's going to be a very controversial take, comparing the original with the 2016 remake.
Oh,
Not the girl one then.
The girl one, then, yes.
Oh my god!
We're going to be going through both of those, comparing them, and well, I don't want to spoil things, but I'm going to be trying to make people hate me a little bit, so
okay.
It should be fun.
Should certainly be fun, and it's called
Quite the Devil's Advocate.
What's
and
it
I
called?
took that personally.
And I took that personally. So do go and check that out. Mr. Fish Not Fish, is there anything happening on your channel throughout the rest of the week?
Don't think there is this week. No, I did a short Mapper Monday last week, but I don't think I'm going to be doing one this week.
What was the game that you were playing on Druttercup's channel?
That was Maelstrom Doomsday, which is Maelstrom is actually the first role-playing game I ever bought back in 1984.
Nice.
And Arion Games, who also have republished the Fighting Fantasy role-playing game, the full RPG based on the game.
Oh,
books,
yes.
have republished Maelstrom and also done a couple of spin-offs of the three, I think, spin-offs from it. Maelstrom Doomsday, as the name suggests, is set in the Viking era, not the Viking era, the Norman era, and the characters are agents investigating supernatural events on behalf of the Normans in 1086, I think.
Oh,
roughly.
nice. Excellent.
It's a fun game.
Sounds good. Medivac, what have you got in store for everybody throughout the week?
Oh, it's a smorgasbord of activity at the moment. We have, sorry, give me a second. I don't know, I pushed to talk, it's not to talk. We have Solasta modded on Sunday nights from about 7:30ish, where we do very random games that people have created. On Monday, we do Deadlands Reloaded from 7:30.
Nice.
Most amazingly fun Western game with creatures and zombies and horrible things that come out and say boo in the night.
Spooky.
And on Thursday, we are doing the Abomination Vaults Pathfinder 2E.
Nice.
Which again is cool.
Very nice. Excellent. And Captain Kangaroo.
Actually, now you bring it up, and honestly, I'm just surprised Mr. Pickles didn't bring this up too. We're starting a podcast together as well. It's gonna be about rap, specifically rap in the 90s, and hip hop. It's gonna be the NWA podcast, Neighbors with Audio Equipment, naturally. And we're gonna start first episode. We're gonna talk about Mr. Pickles' favorite producer, P. Diddy, and
how he took that personally.
And yeah, he's gonna talk about everything he loves about P. Diddy and how much he's changed the music business. And honestly, how he's just pretty much a pioneer of what's like to be a good person.
Excellent.
With no baggage.
And what's this podcast? What's the title of the podcast?
Neighbors with Audio Equipment. So NWA.
Very, 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 very nice. Thank you so much for that. Right, make sure
to look out for it. We don't actually have a contract
on Spotify.
Right now
on Spotify.
Spotify hasn't picked it up yet, so we're gonna have to wait.
It's free to be on Spotify.
Well, this is news to us. You should have told me this, Mr. Pickles. Well, this is
Oh my
why
God.
you should be in charge, and not me, of these things. But you know,
Apparently.
of course, you don't want everyone to know how much you love P Diddy, so that's probably why
Yeah.
you're trying to, you
Is
know,
it
Coming from your favorite hub,
prevent this
most
from everyone
places.
seeing this or hearing this.
Is it safe
mean-
to Google P Diddy?
He's a rapper that has some very serious legal problems right now.
Just like
Yeah.
most
Oh, this
rappers
is
now.
the first time hearing about this. What are you talking about?
Oh, his name's Sean.
Yeah, Sean Combs.
Combs. Oh,
Of course
Combs.
you know his
I
name.
would have said
Mm.
Coombs, but well, yeah, I see. To
Well, and
remain in
everybody-
jail.
Everybody knows. Everybody can name at least one song that he's made.
But you
Can
can
you?
name all of them because you're a big fan, right?
Oh, well, obviously,
I
I
don't
could
know.
name. I could name
What's-
one right now.
I can't.
Oh.
What's the song called?
There's that one song from the 1998 Godzilla where he teams up with the guitarist from Led Zeppelin to rip off a Led Zeppelin song.
Oh, was that him?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Fun.
yeah.
I
didn't
only
either.
know that
I'm
for the
rubbish.
guitar riff.
I'm rubbish at music. Sorry.
Well, that's why you need to watch our podcast.
And this
Hey.
invigorating conversation is what you expect on this very real podcast.
Yep.
Oh my God, get
That's his other names are Puffy, Puff,
Uh-huh.
Puff Daddy, P
off the
Diddy,
Magic Dragon.
Diddy,
Yeah.
Love, Brother Love.
He
That's
gave
it.
up the
You,
puff
did
when
you
he
do
killed
that?
Biggie.
And prisoner number whatever.
Yeah, he's incarcerated in Metropolitan Detention Center,
But it's like a holiday
Brooklyn,
camp.
with no bond.
Yeah.
I
He's
believe they've been
apparently he's
requesting
very
it.
angry from what I've been
Oh
told that-
wow, he has 7 children.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that's not good news.
Sounds like a good family man.
No,
We should
that's
Yeah.
really
forgot
not.
to mention that part, didn't we?
2 partners, Kimberly Porter and Young Miami.
Married
Everybody knows Young Miami.
Yeah.
one child, didn't work out, so he married a grown woman.
Oh, member of the Hitmen. Is that a band?
I think that's a rap group that doesn't matter as much as the NWA. Otherwise, you would have.
Wow.
Otherwise, we would have named the show after that.
I've learned something today. Somebody was shot dead in the head. Oh, his dad
That
went.
wasn't me. That had nothing to do with me.
Yeah, cool. Right. No Way Out.
Okay.
Can't nobody hold me down.
That's
Was
the
it-
wormhole and never going to get back out.
That's actually what one of his victims was trying to say at one time.
Jesus.
It's
Well, that's American culture, criminals.
fantastic. Right. I will be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock with some more Elder Scrolls Online with the giveaway. So do come along and join me there. Apart from that, thank you so much for coming along tonight. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And I will see you next time, and so will they. But for tonight, it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. And it's goodbye from them.
Goodbye.
Bye, bye, bye.